Welcome everyone to Gamer Melt. Yesterday I posted my review of the RX 5600 XT. It's actually right back here. Well, believe it or not, I actually got finished the night before at 3 a.m. I was working all day that day and the day before. Basically, I ended up getting my review unit a little bit late, but anyway, the morning where it went live, I was actually at my day job, and I decided just to kind of check to see how it was doing, and I saw a ton of your comments coming in going, hey, why didn't you do the BIOS? Or hey, you need to download the new BIOS. It does way better, and all of this. To be honest, I had no idea what everyone was talking about. That morning, I did receive an email from my AMD contact that mentioned going here to get an XFX BIOS, but that was the first time I'd heard about it. Granted, one of my other contacts did actually mention me making sure that I installed this new BIOS for the card that they were sending, but that's not unusual, and many times those are specific to that card, so I didn't think anything of it. Needless to say, as soon as I got off, I contacted my AMD rep, and basically, for those who didn't know, not every reviewer this time got the same card. Different board partners actually sent their cards in and AMD chose who got what. Well, what I got was the XFX model that's back here. And according to that AMD rep, some OEMs sent them at different times, and XFX actually sent their BIOS to AMD the night before. So I only just heard about it that day because that's when it was done. Basically, that's why I didn't talk about a new BIOS in my review. I flat didn't know about it. Well, for those who didn't see the review, I didn't give the 5600 XT that great of a recommendation compared to the 2060s, so I can fully understand why many of you had an issue with this. So because of that, I went ahead and installed the new BIOS and ran some tests. As far as the results, let's just say the 5600 XT fared far better. I mean, XFX's site says to expect a 7% improvement, but it actually got closer to 10. In fact, at stock, the 5600 XT mostly beat the 2060 in every benchmark I tried. I mean, you can see the difference between the pre-BIOS and post-BIOS performance is pretty stark. Now, when it comes to overclocking, things aren't nearly as much of a difference to my original overclocking scores, so it does seem obvious that one reason for the better results is that AMD simply upped the stock clocks. With that said, there was still some performance to get out of this overclock with the newer BIOS versus the older ones, so it doesn't seem that's all there is to it. Ultimately, when both the 2060 and 5600 XT are overclocked, it put them mostly on par with one another. Now, this isn't to say that everything went perfect. I actually did get quite a few green screen moments, so something does need to be done with the drivers, but hopefully that'll happen over time. Overall, the 5600 XT fares far better with this newer BIOS. So what does all this mean? Well, you still have to ask yourself whether it's worth the extra $20 for ray tracing. I do know that some commenters said where they live, the 2060 hadn't come down in price for them, and in that case, I definitely suggest the 5600 XT no matter what. Also, most aftermarket 2060s are way too expensive compared to the 5600 XT as well. Ultimately, I think this card actually brings us into the new generation. At least whenever it comes to pricing. The 5600 XT beats the Vega 64 in every sense of the word, yet it's more considered a mid-range GPU. Basically, between the supercards and AMD's Navi GPUs, things are getting a bit better price-wise. So while that does it for today, what do you plan on picking up? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, I'll have some affiliate links to the 5600 XT, so if you'd like to help the channel, make sure to check those out. And as always, have a great day.